What's up, everybody? Jay Leone here today with another review. Hope everybody is doing well. Today we are going to be doing a review for the Aromamizer RTA. Yes, the Aromamizer RTA. This is a very unique RTA, a little different than a lot of them actually. So much so that I'm actually really enjoying this one. I'll tell you right up front, I'm really enjoying this one. The performance on it has just been spectacular. It is a little loud. The air is a little loud on this one. It's a little turbulent. But anyways, let's get to the review at hand. So what it is, where you're going to get it, and how much it's going to cost you. Let's start off with those three things. What it is, it's an RTA. It's a rebuildable tank atomizer. It takes dual coils. It is primarily made of stainless and it has a Pyrex glass tank. I got it from vapordna.com. I paid $39.99 with a coupon code, but without the coupon right now it's running for $44.99. Do some shopping. They're available a lot of different places, and they are available in a 3mm tank and a 6mm tank. They're both the same price. And that's what it is, where you're going to get it, and how much it's going to cost you. So let's get to some quick specs on this one. Like I said already, I'll pull the specs up here for you. It is a 23mm diameter atomizer. It can come in 3mm or 6mm. We're reviewing the 3mm version today. It has quad 3mm airflow holes. So these airflow holes are 3mm, and there's 4 of them. You could use all 4, or you can just use 2 of them. So you have the option of not using all 4, which is nice. You do have a velocity style deck in this one, which you'll see in the close-ups. The post holes on the deck are 2mm, and it is a silver-plated 510 pin, which is adjustable, which is fully adjustable, I mean, and it uses peak insulators. So that's pretty much the specs you're going to need to know. Let's get down to the table. Let's break it down. I'll show you what makes this one unique. Alright, everybody, so here we are up close with the Aromamizer by Steam Crave. This is the packaging. It comes in a nice little package. Explains the airflow and shows how the chamber works in there. A little bit of info here on the back, QR code, typical stuff. Then when you open up the package, it's got a magnet there. And there's an Allen key that is included. You will need this for building. You will get the tank itself. You'll get 2 of these airflow rings. I've seen others that had a red and a black one. Mine are both black for some reason, so that came with it. You do get the extra spare glass here. So if you break it, you have a spare. And you get a baggie of spares, grub screws, O-rings, and all that stuff. And note on mine, one of my grub screws was stripped upon arrival, so thank God it comes with 4 of these little guys. So I just replaced that screw and was good to go. Just wanted to mention that real quick. And underneath all that, you do get a little, looks like a sticker, Steam Crave sticker. And you get a little instruction manual here on how to use said device. Alright, so here we are with my, this is the 3ml tank. There's a 6ml tank too for those that want more juice capacity. I prefer short and small and better flavor on this one. I haven't tested the 6ml, so I can't say it has better flavor, but shorter chamber usually means better flavor. But anyways, this is a 3ml design. There's also a 6ml design for the same price. So let's start from the bottom here. On the bottom you have knurling, which is nice because it makes it easy to take off this base, which just unscrews like this. Threads on here seem to be really good. And here's where this thing really shines. And excuse me, I just rinsed it out with water, so there's water everywhere. It's got a velocity style deck. So it's got your screws here, grub screws, and included Allen key for that. And you just undo these guys here, and then you put your wire through these holes. Let me open one up so you can see the size. They are 2mm post holes, I believe. So there you go. You can see that one all the way open. Yeah, and you put your wire in there. You can do vertical or horizontal builds. I will be doing a build in a separate video, so if you do want to see how to build this, look for that video coming very soon. This deck actually does unscrew completely. We'll look at it a little better here. Now you'll see those 4 holes down there. That's actually where the juice is going to be fed up to your coil. So you really just lay your wick down here on the bottom. It's very easy. It's one of the easiest things to wick and build on, actually. Probably my favorite to wick and build right now. Because there's no complicated wicking, and coils are so easy to install on these builds, on these build decks. On the bottom here you have a silver plated pin, which is fully adjustable, so if you take a flathead, you can adjust that perfectly fine. So then in here is where basically this guy screws into. Nice good threads there. You'll see your pin juts out just a bit. 510 threading, and on the bottom we got designed by BJ and a serial number. I don't know who BJ is, but yes, BJ, and there's your serial number. 11,918. Damn, that's a lot of them out there. Alright, and then the rest of the tank. Let's look at that real quick. We'll break it down. So this all just unscrews here. Alright. So you got your Pyrex glass here. You can see there's a little gasket here sitting on top of this one. That end goes in up here. This gasket actually, it's supposed to sit in here, but it got stuck to the glass, so that just goes in like that. Here's this section here with your airflow. What makes this thing awesome also is the airflow. It's going straight through. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, you can. There you go. You can see through all the way. So the airflow is actually going straight to your coils, and it's not indirect. This is as direct as it gets. This is just like an RDA. See this one here, boom, goes all the way through. These are 3 millimeter airflow holes, and there's 4 of them. So there you go. And this is actually how you fill it. This is when you take off the base here, which is going to screw onto here. You'll fill through any of these 6 holes. No, 8 holes, sorry. There's 8 holes there. And any glass drip bottle like this fits in there fine. You can just shoot your juice down there. I thought it was going to be a problem, but no, it fills in there perfectly fine. No flooding issues with filling it either. And then here's the top part of it. This drip tip does come off. There we go. Here's the top part. Narrow chimney. And this is where your drip tip sits. Any 510 drip tip will work just fine. This drip tip that they give you, though, is just phenomenal. I don't like massive drip tips personally, but... And this one isn't massive. It's short, and it's got a spit back protection. Oh, excuse me. You can see it's closed off here at the bottom. So you can't get spit back, because usually spit back will travel up the chimney, and it's just going to hit here and not go up to your mouth hole. You have the holes for the air on the side, which is ingenious. Just great. Single O-ring. And yeah, it really does work. I don't get any spit back off this with this drip tip. So let's assemble this guy right back together, and we'll go up top and talk about it. And like I said, I'm not going to be doing a build video for... I'm not going to be doing a build for it in this video. There will be a video dedicated to the build that I do on this. So look for that in the next couple days, maybe quicker, depending on when I get time to get to it. And also, really quick, something to note, make sure when you are building on this, you tighten these screws down all the way, because like I just did, that screw is out. It will not go in, because the grub screw's in the way. And there we go, she's fully assembled. One thing I want to show you real quick before we go up top is the airflow rings here. This one here, they're like silicone bands or whatever, stretchy. This one here has 4 holes in it. So you got 4 3mm holes punched in this ring. Then you have one here that has 2 holes punched into it. So if you only want to use 2 of the holes, use this band. And that's what I've been using. I've been using this band with the 2 holes in it. If you want to use all 4, you could just leave the band off entirely, because you'll just leave all 4 open. But if you want to use all 4 and you want to cut them back a little bit, use this one, because you can dial each one off. Let me put it on so you can see what it looks like. There you go. You can see all the way through on that one, and you could see, well, the post is in the way on this one, but you can see there. And then you could basically, it's got like these little cutouts here that you can just grab with your finger. And when it's wet like it is now, because I just washed it, this ring moves freely. Not too easily though. There's no way you'll accidentally knock it off. You have to put pressure on it to turn it. But you can basically, you know, cut that hole off halfway, leave it all open, cut it off a little bit. You can even do mouth to lung on here. I've actually tried it. You can cut it off enough to make a nice tight draw. And one other thing I wanted to show you is how the airflow hits your coil directly. I got my phone here with the flashlight on. So right there you can see my coil sitting in there, my vertical coil through that hole, which means the airflow is going straight onto the coil, which is just awesome. It's like an RTA. Here's the other side. You can see the airflow hole is hitting that coil directly. So if you see your coil, that means that you got your build in there right. But also, that's awesome. It's like an RTA. It's just going right to your coil. So okay, now let's go up top and let's tell you what I like and what I don't like about this guy. So there you go. You saw it up close and personal. It is definitely a beauty of a tank. With the velocity style deck in there, it really is a breeze to build. And the way you wick this guy with the holes on the bottom of that deck there, you just sit your cotton down on there. That is it. You don't stuff it. You just lay it there, and boom, it wicks right up to it. No problems. Did it right on the first try. That's the test for Rebuildable Atomizer for me. Can I build it and wick it correctly the first time around? If so, it's a very easy to build atomizer, and also a good atomizer. So this one I had no problems. I've built it twice now. Once you're going to see in a video which I will be posting either today or the following day or the following day, very soon, depending on how much time I have. You'll see the build I have in here and how I did the build if you do want to see that. So look out for that. Things I like and things I don't like about this one. Let's start with the things I like about this. The look. I really do enjoy the look of this. I don't know why, but something about the look just appeals to me. Now, it's less attractive when you put on your airflow rings here. I think it looks good like this. I wish I would have had a red ring that came with it, because it would have gone good with this box. But nonetheless, black doesn't look too bad. But yeah, these guys ruin the looks to me. But anyways, things I like. It looks nice. It's short. It's small. I like the size of it. It's small. But again, if you don't care about size, get the 6mm because you'll be able to, you know, fill it up less and go for a longer time. Me personally, I don't mind filling it. It's pretty easy to fill. That's the other thing. It's easy to fill. It's not top fill, but it's still easy enough to fill. They make it ample holes down there to fill it with. The flavor on this is just great. Really, really good. Very close to a good RDA. I mean, because you are getting the airflow that goes straight to the coil, which is awesome. There's only one other tank that I know that does that, and that is the Rebuildable tank, which is another nice one that I've seen reviews for. It's getting good reviews also. And that one has airflow going straight to the coil also. I think this is the way to go. I think putting airflow straight to the coil definitely helps, and it's just great. It comes off with really good flavor. Now, I can't say on the 6mm if it's going to be as good, because you're going to have a longer chimney, longer space for your vapor to travel through, so you may diminish some of the vapor. On this one, it has been great, just great. Knurling on the bottom here, which makes taking the base off really easy. The drip tip, no spit back whatsoever with this drip tip. I haven't even wanted to try with other drip tips, because with this spit back protection, all drip tips should be like this. I mean, it's not really a drip tip because you can't drip through it because it wouldn't go anywhere, but the fact that it's blocked off and you can't get air from the bottom and you get it from the side only, that's great. Spitback's always a pet peeve of mine. When I have spitback in an RTA or Silverboom tank, usually I don't use that tank for very long. So with that drip tip, it's great. I would like to see some of these drip tips being sold separately, because I would like to get a few for other devices, to be honest with you, other Silverboom tanks. And it's a shorty tip, so it's not very long. I like that. I don't like long tips. Let me have a vape. And the adjustable 510, that's also nice too. And the deck, the rebuildable deck portion of this, you can actually remove it completely and install a new one. They're going to have different ones available. I already know there's a 3-post available. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with any more, but they've left it open so they can come out with more if they want to. There's a 3-post. It's a typical 3-post RDA type deck if you like that better than the Velocity. The velocity, in my opinion, is far superior than the rest. It's just easier to build on. And the fact that I can put vertical coils in here is even that much better because it's really easy to do. Now, some things I don't like about this guy here, again, I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but it could be better. To make it even better, top fill would make this a little bit better, obviously. Price point, $44.99. I mean, after using it, it's definitely worth the $44.99. I definitely believe that this will sell very well at $44.99, but as a consumer, I feel like they should have just included the other glass. Give you the 6 and the 3 mil option, and the whatever pieces you needed for the 6 mil. Include both. I mean, it is almost $50 with shipping. It is probably about $50 unless you get free shipping. So yeah, include that other glass in there. That would be nice, and maybe even include the other deck, the 3-post deck, for people that like that. You know, if you want to bump it up to $50 and include both the 3 and the 6 and the other deck in there, I think that would be a fairly good deal going on. At $44.99, it is what it is. I still, again, love it for what it is, and I would definitely pay $44.99 for it again. The airflow control rings, I don't like these. I mean, I do use them because the 4 holes here to me seem to diminish the flavor a little bit, so I do use the one with the 2 holes on it to cut 2 of them off. I like to leave 2 open, so I do unfortunately have to use it. Because the air is a little turbulent with the 4, because you got 2 of the holes in the side that aren't affecting the coil. They're just hitting the side of the post, so they're not really doing anything to the coil. They're just giving you a looser draw. It's very loose with all 4 open. I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with it being too tight for them. For me, I prefer a more restrictive long inhale. Let me put the ring on real quick. Alright, so I got that ring, or that band, the airflow control band on there with the 2 holes open only now. And you could adjust it completely. You can turn it. You can cut off some of those holes. You can actually tighten it down to where it's good for mouth to lung inhales if you so inclined to do that. So you can nip these holes down by just turning this band, and you could, you know, close them off even more if you want to. If you want to use the 4 holes and you want to cut them back just a bit, use this other band and you can do that also. So here we go with the 2 airflow holes. And that right there is a perfect draw for me. It's restrictive, still enough air though to get in there, and the flavor is really good with the 2 open. Really good. And I'm getting a good thump out of this tank. Good power out of it. It's a 0.52 build, and I'm using it at 35 watts, which is giving me 4.3 volts, which is plenty of power. So the airflows, that's pretty much things I don't like. Top fill, those airflow rings, come up with a different way for the airflow control, and maybe include the other tank and the other deck. That's it, but that's it. I mean, otherwise it's a pretty darn, really good tank. So obviously, you're gonna know I'm gonna highly recommend this tank. It's really good if you're into rebuilding and you like RTAs. You're gonna love this. You really are gonna love it. It's easy to build. Its flavor's really good. The draw with the 2 airflow ring on here is great. The looks, you know, everything about it pretty much is great. I am gonna be using this one for a long time. I highly recommend the Aromamizer RTA. And that about wraps up this review. I hope you guys found some of this information helpful. As always, I'll put a subscription link down here in the corner. And stay tuned for the build video if you're interested on how to build vertical coils in this guy. I'm going to show you that in another video coming very soon, the next day, or maybe even today. But again, thank you all for watching, and live well and vape on.